Opgepast, we gaan
Ladies
starten.
and gentlemen, the show is about to begin.
Alright. How's it going, everyone? Sorry about the random shutdown of the stream earlier. I was messing around with some shit. Because unfortunately I couldn't quite get multi-streaming to work. For some reason. I was trying to multi-stream to both YouTube and Twitch. For some reason that didn't quite work out. Looks like we got Mick and Kelvin in the live chat. How's it going, guys? Good to see ya. I gotta get ready for work anyway, Sally, but wanted to pop in and say hi. Oh, yeah, that's fair enough, my guy. It was nice to have you here for what short time you were here anyway. Let's see. Oh, apparently we do get someone in the live chat for YouTube? Hang on just a second. What is going on here? I need to look into something real quick. Where is the live stream that I'm currently doing? Oh! Alright. Apparently oh my goodness. Okay, I need to fix some shit real quick. I need to go fix some shit about this because apparently my YouTube live chat is oh, it is showing up on my other screen here. Never mind. I'm alive. That's amazing to see, Ray. It's great to have you here today. I need to change something about the YouTube stream that I'm currently doing. Because for some reason... don't ask me why this is happening, but for some bizarre reason... the title of the stream over on YouTube, very different from what it should be. Let's hang out. Catch up. And talk nerd shit. There we go. I love that every single time something goes horribly wrong during the streams that I do. Anyway, how is everyone doing today? It certainly is a little bit different doing a hangout stream on a Saturday evening. Or at least evening for me. It's like 7:11 p.m. where I live. So definitely a little bit different for me. You're gonna opt to Twitch? That's perfectly fine. I get you. I'm mostly too lazy to invest in anything. Yes! That's the right way to do it. I'm just posting the stream on my Blue Sky real quick as well. Just because I completely forgot to do that in the midst of troubleshooting all of this nonsense that I'm doing right here. It definitely would be nice if I can just be a little bit more prepared than I currently am for this particular live stream. But we got everything to work. It's all good. No worries, no stress. So, I've got a couple of fun stories to tell y'all actually today. First of all, I got sick. So that was fun. I got a really bad case of the flu. Which, I still have not fully recovered. I am getting there. Just got a little bit of a lingering cough right now, so... Nothing I can't handle, but it's also not especially great either, so... Yeah. I've definitely been a lot better, but... It could be a lot worse. I'm still alive, and well. I can still do this shit. So it's all good. That's all that matters. I've also got some things to do later on. There are some things that I would like to sell. A couple of things that I no longer need and that I would definitely like to sell. I don't really have it laying around right now. Or at least not around me. It's in my drawer right there, and I cannot be bothered to grab it right now like I've done in previous streams. But it has something to do with ballad songs, of which I've got plenty just laying around in front of me on my desk for the sake of keeping them here. So that's always a good time. I'm definitely not in a great position to be flipping right now, but Pokemon TCG, nice. The online video game, by any chance? It's been ages since I've played that one, actually. Last time I played that, I remember when I first played that. I don't know if it was a special event or whatever, but last time I played it, I got a free Charizard EX or something like that. A very high value card. It was definitely crazy. Oh, actually, I don't know how much of a high value it is anymore these days. Is that card worth much nowadays? I really don't know. I want Garchomp. Garchomp is definitely a nice one. I should actually look up what that card actually looks like these days. I haven't been getting into much Pokemon lately. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Leaf Green, obviously, but I haven't been looking that much into the TCG much. Mainly because I just think that the TCG has not exactly been doing so hot with their card designs. But I know I'm very alone in that regard. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I just really do not care that much for the modern designs for a lot of Pokemon cards. They just look so incredibly over the top and so wild. I love the full art. The full art is definitely nice. But I don't know. Let's actually... I would love to know what a break card actually looks like with Garchomp, if that even exists. No, it doesn't look like that is a thing. I know there are a few break cards out there. But I just don't really know if there's one of Garchomp available at this time. It doesn't exist. Yeah, I had a feeling it wouldn't exist. That's a shame. It depends on which one we're talking about. Charizard. Fair. But, yeah, when I played the TCG online, I got a free Charizard EX. Was it an EX? I think it was EX anyway. So that was kind of wild. And, yeah. Definitely quite epic. What you been up to? I've been working a lot on recovering. Just been calming down a lot. And, you know, all the things that come with getting sick. I've had a lot more time to actually flip. Because when you're sick and when you're at home all the time, you have a lot more time to just kind of work a little bit on other things, on your skills and things like that. Which In fairness, I haven't really been doing that much. Because most of my time is spent either in bed or just watching shows, whatever. Don't really flip that much this week, but, you know. What I have been up to, and what I do want to tell you guys, is a little something that happened to me with this particular ballad song right here. It's really hard to see because my face is very shadowy right now. Let me see if I can fix that, actually. I should be able to fix that rather easily. Alright. I should hopefully do the trick. But yeah, I recently got my paws on this amazing little ballad song right here. It is called the Rad Cygnus V2. And there is a funny story behind this one. So first of all, this is the most expensive butterfly knife, ballad song, whatever you want to call it, that I own right now. And the reason why I own this, the spy has breached our defenses. The one joke that literally everyone makes when someone whips out a ballad song. But it is the most expensive one that I own right now. And I own quite a lot of them. I think I own like 33 at this point. And to be clear, I own some expensive ballad songs. This thing, around 250 euros, 220 euros. Bayan, hello! Welcome to the stream. I was not expecting to see you pop up in here. We've got an old friend of mine hopping in the live chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to have you here. How have you been? But yeah, I've got some pretty expensive ballad songs. I've also got some very cheap ones, like this monstrosity right here. It's a Counter-Strike replica. And it's quite amazing. I'm doing pretty well, although please make sure you speak in English when you're typing in the live chat. Would be very much appreciated. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've talked, actually. But yeah, this thing was like, I want to say 25 euros or something like that. It was really stupid cheap. This thing is on the other end of the spectrum. Because this thing costs, I think I got this for... What did I pay for this? I don't remember how much I paid for this thing, actually. I need to double check this. I paid money. Well, I didn't get it for free, I can tell you that much. I need to double check this real quick. Because I completely forgot how much I paid for this thing. I can't tell you this thing was not cheap. It was not cheap in the slightest to buy this. Do you still live with your mom and sister? I still live with my mom and sister, yes. I'm currently saving up a bunch of money so I can eventually move out. I would like to buy my own apartment at some point. But, yeah. Let's see. This is gonna be embarrassing, but... I can tell you how much I spent on this beauty. This thing cost me 524 euros. To say that this thing is wildly expensive would be an understatement. It is absolutely 100% worth it if you're in this hobby and if you really want to get the best of the best. Because to be clear, this thing is about as premium as a ballad song can possibly get. Feels amazing in the hands, incredibly comfortable, very nicely rounded, flips absolutely crazy. Like, I'm of course not the greatest at flipping, and I'm also not in the greatest position to be flipping right now, but it does flip really, really well. And I like it for that. So, but the story that I wanted to tell you about this is that normally when you receive a ballad song, you would just receive the ballad song. It would be it would be put together for you just like this. You would not have to do any you would not have to worry about any of that business of having to receive it in parts, in pieces, and you would have to put it together yourself or whatever. That's just not something that you would normally have to worry about when you receive something like this. It would just be completely ready to flip right out of the box, and you could just play with it and have a good time. That was not the case with my Cygnus when I received it. Because when I received this, it would come in a really, really nice box, and I would only receive the handles. Which, when I got the box, and when I opened the box, and I realized, oh shit, there's only handles in this. What the hell? I was a little surprised to find out that there were only handles in the box. And I was like, where the hell is the blade? Because, to be clear, this thing right here, the blade, kind of important. If you want to get a knife, you would want it to come with the knife part. And I only had the handles. So, I was kind of like, how in the world am I gonna flip this? So I contacted the store that I ordered this thing from, and they were like, the blade has been shipped separately to you with all of the hardware and everything. So it would come with all of the screws that I would need and all of the extra things that I need to make this thing remotely flippable. So it would come completely separately, and that meant, of course, that I needed to put this thing together. Let me tell you, putting this thing together was not a very fun endeavor. It was an experience that I don't really want to have ever again. I don't really want to put this thing, to pull this thing apart, or any of my ballad songs for that matter, and put everything back together. Because these things are very, very tight. The pieces that that are required to make these things remotely flippable are very delicate. They're put together very, very tightly. It's very tough to see on camera. But everything is put together very, very tightly. So it makes putting everything together very, very difficult. And it's not helped by the fact that everything has to be so small and very delicate. It's not very nice. Don't cut yourself. Yeah, no, don't worry about that. I am very careful when I handle these things. And this thing is also very, very dull. So it could not cut me even if I tried. It's very dull. I could not cut myself even if I tried. It does have a very, very pointy tip on it. It's, once again, really tough to see on camera. But this thing does have a pretty good point to it. So, if I'm gonna show this with a trainer. So this thing is not sharp in the slightest, doesn't even have a sharp point to it. But if I was to say throw this thing in the air and it hit and I catch it wrong, like if I was to catch it at the tip, I would absolutely get poked by it and it would not feel great. So I'm working at Wercom. Yeah, I've heard a few stories about that actually. It's kind of wild that you've been working there recently. And it's absolutely amazing that you got a job there. Fun fact, I was there for a job coach. So, my job coach there was able to get me a job at the IT company that I currently work at. So, side tangent, if anyone here ever is looking for a job for any reason at all, do yourself a favor, get yourself a job coach. Job coaches are absolutely amazing. If you ever need help with getting a job or whatever, you would be amazed just how much they are able to help you with any issues that you may run into. It genuinely is quite astounding. Let's see. All of a sudden, I'm getting a new feature in Streamlabs that I'm not gonna experiment with today. But yeah, Clary Moth, hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. I'm alright, that's great to hear. I'm gonna go outside for a bit. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, man. I'd say go for it. It's currently absolutely beautiful outside. It's absolutely beautiful outside. I haven't really been out that much recently. I was out to the mall today, however, because there were some things that I wanted to get. The World Championship Soccer is happening in Dallas, Texas this year. And the supermarkets in the Netherlands are freaking wild. They always have some sort of crazy crazy deal going on, and they also always have something that you could get for the festivities of the World Championship and whatever, just to get into the spirit of soccer and everything. And for some reason, this one supermarket called the Jumbo in the Netherlands have decided that they would sell orange colored jackets. So that you could they're cheer jackets. They're really nothing that crazy, but look at that madness, man. Look at this. This is amazing. Now, the fabric on it is really, really thin. So you're definitely not gonna get remotely warm with this. This is not gonna help you, this is not gonna help you keep warm and whatever. But I do absolutely love that this exists. it looks absolutely amazing. I haven't worn it yet, and I honestly kind of want to. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this on live on stream. Why not? Let's do it. All right. Oh god, I'm holding it upside down right now. Beautiful. I'm gonna cover up my pink shirt with this extraordinary jacket. It's a little bit bigger in size than it probably should be, but you know, works. I really love that this thing exists. It's also surprisingly comfortable. Like, this thing is actually quite cheap for for a jacket. So, it's really not the highest of quality. It's also not going to keep me warm at all, but you know, it just looks really great. I love how this looks. And I would absolutely wear this in public. Who do you think will win the World Cup? Hard to say. That's really hard to say because I'm honestly not really keeping up with the World Cup all that much. I know that the Netherlands has been making quite the spectacle in Texas, in a good way, not in a bad way, of course, but from what I can gather, the Netherlands has been doing a crazy parade. I know that's not your question, but Germany or Japan for me? Oh, nice. Germany has a very good track record in the World Cup, or in any cup for that matter. They're doing really great. They're awesome when it comes to soccer and whatnot, but I don't know much about Japan. Japan, from what I understand, is kind of a fan favorite. So, I don't know. It's something to really think about. 30% win rate for Germany? I have no idea. It was 60% once. I mean, even if Germany doesn't win, though, they usually perform pretty well in the World Cup. Like, they're a very good team. That's for sure. They do really well. Either that or the opponent just really, really fucking sucks. I have no idea, man. I'm gonna close this thing up. It's weird. You would think that a jacket like this would not be nearly as comfortable as it is. These things are extremely cheap. Like, normally a jacket would be around about 50 euros, 60 euros minimum in the Netherlands. This thing was like 25 euros. So, yeah. Kind of crazy. And it's weirdly comfortable for that price. Which it kind of needs to be. It's supposed to be a cheer jacket, so you're gonna be wearing this while you're playing the while you're watching the soccer, the World Cup, when the Netherlands is playing and when they score a very nice goal, and then you would be jumping up in the air with this thing. Hey! Yay! Hey! You would just be going. Oh, no, that's not the bun that I was looking, that I meant to touch. I should honestly have a much more, cheery, bun, for this. I guess this one is about as, close as it gets. And then there's this. Should watch it, lol, is fun. Yeah, I probably should, to be honest. Even though soccer is not necessarily my favorite sport to follow or watch or whatever, it's not really... It's not something that I would typically go out of my way to watch, but whenever I do, strangely, it's always a good time. So, it's always random. Yeah, that's very true. That's absolutely true. Let's see. Also, what I wanted to do real quick was just hop on a quick little Minecraft world. You know, start up a game of Minecraft. I believe I still had a map ready for this. Been playing Pokemon TCG for 2 years now. Playing some very good. Think I could make a top cut. I am probably the worst wolf you can ever ask that, to be honest. Because I know literally nothing about the TCG. I know a little bit of it. But the most I know is, literally most I know about the TCG is the cards themselves. And I don't really know much about the actual game. So, I am quite literally the worst wolf you can ever ask a question like that. I'm really sorry. I wish I could answer that for you, but, no, you don't have to apologize for asking me that. That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, I'm probably not the one that you should be asking that. Because I will not be able to give you a good answer. As much as I wish that I would be able to give you a good answer to that. It's unfortunately not really gonna happen. I have 2 or 3 Breloom cards. I cannot say I'm that surprised by that, to be honest. Alright. Let's open the dirt map. Chat later in Discord. We can still chat in the live chat. I don't even know where all of my Pokemon cards are these days. I used to own a fair few of those, but unfortunately I don't really own very many. My phone almost dead. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, we can talk later in Discord then. That's perfectly fine. Hope you have a wonderful day, Ray. Take care. But yeah, I used to play Pokemon, like not even just the TCG, but just the games. Especially Leaf Green, I used to play all the time back in the day. I was never really that good at it, but that never really stopped me from playing it and liking it. It was always a good time to play. Breloom is so cute, I love it. I get it. Breloom definitely has a really nice design to it. I remember watching one episode of the anime, though, where a whole horde of Breloom was just chasing after Pikachu or some shit, or some other Pokemon, I guess. I don't remember the full context behind what was happening there. I think the heroes were just kind of trespassing Breloom territory or some shit like that, and Breloom didn't like it for obvious reasons. So they were just chasing after them. I remember that being a very scary scene for me to watch. Just because that kind of stuff just doesn't really happen all that often in the Pokemon anime. And anytime that it does, it's always a very scary endeavor to watch through. If I recall correctly. I could be remembering wrong, though, because it has been a long time since I've seen the anime from beginning to end. I have been meaning to get back into watching the anime for quite some time. But I don't know if there's really an official source where I can watch the specific Pokemon series that I want to see. Stuff like Pokemon Johto Journeys, the Hoenn series, which was Pokemon Advanced, you know, things like that. I don't know if I want to watch through Indigo League again. Just because Indigo League was... I remember watching Indigo League quite some time ago. And it was always just the one that I never really liked all that much. Just because I'm gonna be honest, I've always found that whole story arc really boring to sit through. Not helping was the fact that Misty was there, and I never really liked Misty all that much. I do think that it's a great series, don't get me wrong, but it's just not something that I would go out of my way to watch anymore these days. I would just much rather watch literally anything else. Hoenn has such amazing Pokemon. Hoenn, I think, has the best Pokemon we've ever seen. Which is honestly kind of sad because the franchise has been going on for much longer than just the Hoenn series. There are so many Pokemon in the franchise. Hoenn was only the 3rd generation of Pokemon, if memory serves me right. Yeah, that's right. And for Hoenn to for Hoenn to have the best Pokemon designs out of any Pokemon generation, it's kind of a shame that Pokemon peaked there already, and that it all just kind of went downhill from there. Generation 7 was great, and that's modern-ish. I personally never really cared that much for a lot of Pokemon designs there. The only one that I remember actually really liking was the Dene. But that's because it's a hamster. And I'm a sucker for hamsters or any sort of rodents, to be honest. And also, the Dene was basically another Pikachu clone. Which... Okay, this is annoying. Pikachu clones are fun, but... I honestly wish that they would come up with something a little bit more unique and interesting for every Pokemon generation. Like, I understand that Pikachu is the mascot, but do we have to have a new Pikachu in every single Pokemon generation? Pokeclones are cute to me. They're cute, don't get me wrong, but I would honestly like for something a little bit more interesting than just the Pokeclones. But if I can also be honest with myself for just one moment, I also think that I just kind of grew out of Pokemon in general, to be honest. Because nowadays, there's just other things that I just enjoy a lot more than I do Pokemon. As much as I still like Pokemon for what it is and for what it was, there are so many other franchises that I would much rather get into these days rather than, you know, Pokemon. But, that's just me, I guess. I know Pokemon is still incredibly popular, and there's still a lot of people who would absolutely love it, and who still get into it, still enjoy it, all that. it's just not something that I personally can get into anymore these days. Can I maybe get something from these villagers over here? Do you guys have anything interesting besides the bed? I mean, they do have beds aplenty. I don't even remember if I have a bed of my own in my place, actually. Maybe I should look into that. I am actually, on the subject of Pokemon, has anyone seen the latest Pokemon, trailers? I think there were trailers out already for the latest Pokemon generation, right? Has anyone here seen the trailers for it? Or at the very least seen what, some Pokemon designs for it? How do we all feel about it? Because I've seen the starters for the next generation of Pokemon. And I'm not gonna lie, I find the starters really, really boring. I don't really like the designs. They're they feel like rehashed designs of Pokemon we've already seen, or at least starter Pokemon we have seen before, and they don't really do all that much to stand out. And I find them kind of disappointing. So, but how do you feel about them? Please do tell me, because I'm curious. So why is one of the boxes for the view counts? Oh my goodness, that's something that I will have to fix, isn't it? Hang on. Something up here is not working right. I need to fix that. The viewer counts. Let me... Whoops. Doesn't seem like that is working, so I don't know why it's not showing. I don't know. I just hope they add Breloom to the game after not doing so for Legends ZA or Pokopia. I get that. I will say I'm really happy that they finally updated the graphics on it. Because the Pokemon games have looked the exact same for such a long time, and for I don't know how Game Freak manages to do it, but somehow they always manage to make the graphics look worse with every generation. Like every single generation that goes by, the games just look more and more unpolished and more blurry and so much more blah with every single generation that goes by. Which is impressive when you consider that they have been using the exact same engine for so long. You would think that they would actually have it somewhat polished by now, but nope. I'm really glad that they finally moved on from that old engine, and that they, at least from what at least it looks like they moved on to a new engine. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. There's a very good chance that they didn't do that, and that they're still using the old engine and they just updated it. But if they did move on, if they did switch to a new engine, then I'm really glad they did, because that old engine is just not aging well in the slightest at this point. Looks cool. Yeah, sure. It absolutely does. Just hoping the game itself will actually be decent. If it is, I might, it might be the reason for me to get a Switch 2, because the Switch 2 has not been a console that I would want to buy since the day it launched, because its launch titles were very meh to me. They didn't really catch my interest in the slightest. And a lot of the games that they did release on that system were ports, which also didn't really make it all that appealing to me. Because what's the point in me getting a Switch 2 when I can buy the exact same games released for the thing on the original Switch, which I already own. You know, it's things like that that just kind of make me feel like, nah, I don't think this thing is really worth it for me. Winds and Tides, if Winds and Tides ends up being good, then it might just be the thing that gets me to buy a Switch 2, to be honest. So, yeah. Skyline Violet looks kind of okay, but it isn't highest grossing franchise in the world standards. Yeah. And that is kind of the thing that that has been frustrating to a lot of people. Like, I personally, I could not care less if the games end up being disappointing. But what I do notice is that a lot of the time, just people getting very critical over Pokemon for the sole fact that it is the highest grossing franchise in the world. Like, it makes so much freaking money. Like, it's the kind of money that that Disney and so many other companies can only dream of getting. At least Super Mario and even Call of Duty in their dust. So, hello Ashy, welcome to the stream. It's great to have you here. I'm glad to have you here. How are you doing? I hope you're great. But yeah, the fact that the Pokemon games have just been so unpolished for so long has been really frustrating to a lot of people over the years. And I kind of get it. Because it is frustrating to see a franchise like that just pump out such low quality games for as long as it has with the amount of money that they make. It is going pretty dang well for me, Ashi. Though I would prefer if you were to type in English in this live chat, since we are an English channel around here. Would be greatly appreciated. Let's see, I'm gonna put away all of these stairs because I don't need them right now. Actually, I do kind of need them, don't I? Yeah, I do kind of need them. Oh! Give me these back. I need these. Alright, I'm gonna leave out these corners for the pillars. My bad, no worries. No worries. Alright. One more stair up here. Full disclosure, by the way, I am by no means the best builder in the world. Like, I have literally the exact same design of house that I'm building right here. I have been building for years. I have been utilizing this exact same house design that I'm using right here since, I want to say, like, 2014, 2015. So, yeah, that should tell you just how good of a builder I am. I really am not great at innovating, experimenting, any of that nonsense. I just can't really do that, so that's something to keep in mind as you watch through this. I should probably also light up this place a little bit. So we're gonna do that real quick. There we go. And, yeah. Please don't expect these builds to be stunning or anything like that. Scarlet and Violet are decent games, but replaying it sucks because of the hour-long intro. Yeah. In fairness, though, the same argument can be made for so many freaking Pokemon games these days. Oh! Like, if there's one thing that drives me up a wall about Pokemon games, is that there's just so much dialogue in them. I get it. They want to tell an elaborate story in it, and they want to really make the world feel as alive as they possibly could. They really want to make something epic and interesting, but the problem is that it just completely overshadows what I want to play a Pokemon game for in the first place, which is the adventure. I want to play the game because I can explore. I want to train my Pokemon. I want my Pokemon to be as good as they can possibly be. I don't care about the narrative. I don't care about any of that nonsense. Just let me play the fucking game, please. But yeah, that always drove me up a freaking wall every single time. It even drives me a little bit crazy in Pokemon Ruby, because there's already so much dialogue in there. Even before you can even start playing the game. And Pokemon Ruby is, I want to make it clear, Pokemon Ruby is my favorite Pokemon game of all time. It's awesome. I love it. But, also, why in the world am I doing this with Stone Slabs? Alright. It also has probably the worst evil team in the franchise. I do not like Team Star. I don't know much about Team Star, so, I'm in your server, Phoenix Star. Where are you? I'm currently, playing in my single-player world, but I can just play, I can just join the server if you would like me to. And I will. And I did. Let's see where in the world you're at. You should be around here somewhere. Hey, hey, Ashy! Hello! Nice skin you got there. I probably should not do this for too long, because otherwise... yeah. Hey, thanks! It's kind of made for bugging. Oh, right. I never finished my house on here. I feel like a lot of people have started their structures around here that they never freaking finished. Like, there's so many things. I don't think I've ever even... I don't think I'm even done with my own house around here. Like, this thing, as nice as it looks... I think I can say I'm proud of it, but I don't know if I can say that it's done. I really need these builders. Yeah, we have got some really nice builders. Like, people can build some extraordinarily nice stuff in this server. It's kind of wild, the kind of stuff that people would do around here. I definitely have a lot of respect for some of the builders that we have. What up, Ashy? What's up? This compared to this kind of big difference. Yeah, it kind of is. But then again, Galaxy, I don't know if Galaxy is ever even on here. Galaxy, if you're watching, do you still get on here from time to time? Do people at all get on here from time to time anymore these days? I just remembered, by the way, that there's something that I should probably look into real quick. I'm gonna put my Minecraft screen to the side for the time being. The server might go offline for a little bit because I might have to update it. Just so you know. Let's see. Connect. I literally just now thought of this. I have not done this in quite some time, which is why I'd like to do this. Server update incoming will go offline temporarily. Tune in on Koen's Corner live to know when it goes online again. Arf! Alright. Oh, I can't stop. I can't put a reason for a server restart. That's fine. We will be going back online in a few minutes. Just give it a little bit. I haven't been on for a while, but I'd be willing to. I'm just barely ever home. That's honestly fine. The Minecraft server will always be there for anyone who would want to join at any point. Definitely don't feel pressure to ever join the Minecraft server as much as you can. It's just there for whenever people want to join at all. And you're more than welcome to. I do occasionally think about how am I going to make the Minecraft server more interesting and more appealing for people to actually stay online? Because the main issue with the Minecraft server and basically anything that I host nowadays goes for my my Discord as well, which if you want to join that, 1 second. 1 second. Apparently I don't have a Discord link set up on my stream deck. Oh, freaking no. I should probably get that fixed up, but you know what? I'm just gonna get that ready right now. I'm just gonna get that ready right now, because why the hell not? Invite the server, invite link, expire never. Roles, nah, let's not do that. That is fine. And generate a new link. And I'm gonna set this up on my stream deck real quick. Let's do a chat message for Twitch. For Discord. And we're gonna do the same thing for the YouTube channel. This thing can go out of the window real quick. That button is redundant at this point. There we go. That should hopefully do the trick. So if you want to join the Discord server, that is the link to do it. And, yeah. But, yeah, what do people think I should do to make the Minecraft server and the Discord server and stuff like that more interesting so that people will stay on there and also be active on there? Because at this point I legitimately have no idea. I don't really know, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. And let's restart that Minecraft server real quick. Java-jar, PSYT, no GUI. Minecraft server will launch in a few seconds. God, excuse me. That was gross. Alright. Minecraft server is back online, folks. Alright. I'm gonna hop offline for just a few. I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick. Because my throat is getting dry as fuck. I will be back in just a second. And we're back in the game. We are back. We are back. And we should be able to rejoin the Minecraft server now. And we are. Absolutely fantastic. Also, I got a new wolf popper right here. I got 3 now. The family is getting bigger and bigger with every passing day around here. Kinda crazy how that goes. I also want to play with a different resource pack right now, actually. Let's go with default HD. I don't really play with that resource pack that much these days. Fun fact, a lot of the music that you're currently listening to is also music that I use on the big videos that I'm working on. I kinda want some more variety in the music that I use. I used to have a lot of just very high energy techno music. Let me actually play some of that right now. Like, a lot of that is in this one playlist that I have right here. Actually, this is probably a better example of that. If you grew up if you grew up watching YouTube in the 2010s, you probably recognize this, but yeah, I have a lot of music like this in my YouTube library. But and I have a lot of other tunes that I used in some older video essays that I've used, and that I've also used in Phantom Strider videos that I used to edit back in the day, which was a lot of fun. Let's see if I can actually find one of those. A lot of SpongeBob music that I used. Just a lot of very wild music I used to use in a lot of the videos that I used to work on back in the day. I don't actually think I can find very many of them in this particular playlist. Probably because they're all just kind of buried, but underneath a lot of fucking garbage that I have in here. I don't think that this is one of the songs that I used to use, actually. Which ones did I use? First Aid Letterbox is definitely one. This is one that I used fairly often back in the day, just because I loved it so much. It was a really nice song to make videos with. It's not really a style that I like to go for anymore for my videos, though, because it's just a little bit too high energy, and my videos are meant to be a lot more, I don't want to say slow-paced. They're just supposed to be a lot calmer and not quite as overly energetic. Just because, I don't know, it's just not really a style that I really enjoy anymore. It doesn't fit the tone of my voice. It doesn't fit the subject matters that I often get into. It doesn't fit the flow of the videos at all. It's just way too fast. It's way too in your face, way too energetic. And it just doesn't really fit me in general anymore. So it's not really a style of music that I tend to gravitate towards these days. So I would much rather instead, I've just been using a lot of lo-fi music, which is what I tend to use a lot in my live streams these days. Which is basically what this is. And I have really been enjoying using lo-fi in my videos this last year or so. I just think that it fits me a lot more than a lot of that other stuff that I used. And I also just like it a lot more. I like it a lot more. It's just so much, it's much more chill. It gives a really nice vibe, and I also think that it makes it so that the subject matter that I talk about carries a lot more weight than it otherwise would have. Which is important to me. I really want the subject matter that I talk about to sink in with people. And I think that this is the music that really makes that happen, that really gives that effect. My house looks so bad at the back. I need to go back there and just and actually just look at that real quick. I'm gonna do that. But yeah. I love using Kevin MacLeod music in my projects. Kevin MacLeod definitely has its merits still. It used to be really I don't know if it still is, but I remember it being extremely popular for a while. Just because it's really easy to get a hold of. And it's also just about as royalty free as it gets. You can get his music for 100% free. And if you get it, all you really have to do is credit the guy in the description of your projects, and you're all set. There's no need to do much of anything beyond that. Now, do most people give him credit for the music that he makes? I mean, I haven't really seen that much credit for it. I can really count the number of people who do credit him on one paw. So, yeah, there you go. Kevin MacLeod music is just something everyone can recognize, and that's why I like it. Yeah, that's really fair. That is 100% fair. Like, Kevin MacLeod, because everyone uses it, it's very, very recognizable. Now, I will say that his music is a little bit overused. Just because everyone uses it and everyone knows it. But I know that's also kind of the strength of it. Because everyone uses it, everyone recognizes it, and people find something very comforting about stuff that they recognize and that they are familiar with. So, you know, I think that is really, I consider it both a good, I consider it both, a blessing and a curse. Because everyone kind of has the exact same music. Everyone has a very similar feel to their videos because of that. But at the same time, people will recognize it and probably like it. So. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. A double-edged sword is, the thing with a double-edged sword is that it's a double-edged sword for a reason. And I think that there is nothing... I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a double-edged sword. Just on the basis of it. But yeah. The reason why I have been using the kind of music that I have, not even just within the lo-fi genre, but just more unique, quote-unquote, music in general, is because I just really like, I want my channel to stand out a little bit among the crowd. Because let's face it, there's already so many people who make the kind of content that I do. And so, it's getting harder and harder to stand out among the crowd. It really doesn't help that a lot of people in the cartoon community already use music from the cartoons that they talk about and whatnot. Which is personally something that I don't really want to do. Because for one thing, copyright. And for two, again, everyone is already doing it. And I would much prefer to stand out among the crowd a little bit. So I personally just use music from Epidemic Sounds, which is royalty free. It does cost a bit of money for me to be able to use that music, but it's 100%. It's 100% worth paying that money to get music that actually genuinely fits the tone that I want to go for. It's also completely royalty free, so I can just use it without any worries of ever getting my channel deleted or whatever over copyright bullshit. So, yeah. I want to learn how to compose for Cherry Blossoms. I love Wonder Over Yonder's music so much. I get that. Yeah, that... Oh, man, that does sound really fun, doesn't it? To be able to compose your own music. That was something that I was considering for a while. But then I realized that I suck playing guitar. So, I don't know what people are gonna say. You just gotta practice, and you just gotta work on it, and you gotta get better, and what people don't realize is that I'm a lazy piece of shit. And I really don't feel like doing that. And also, I don't really have the time for that kind of stuff anymore. I already spend a shit ton of time as is making the videos that I currently do, and I also have a full-time job. Besides that, your server is getting raided. Wait, what? Oh, my sweet Grievous. Let's not do that, please. Let's not do that. They're gone. Alright. Discord server raiders. My personal favorite. That's a joke, by the way. I hate people like that. Don't do that. Phantom Shriner enters the chat. Hello, my guy. I was not expecting you at this hour. How are you doing today? Or rather, how have you been today? Because it's already well past nighttime. Your texture says filters always look so good. Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, there's a reason why I always play with these, with this absolutely incredible shader pack. Let me actually just turn off the rain real quick. Because rain is one of those things that I really do not like in this game. I do kind of wish that the clouds looked a little bit better. I do have a shader pack that makes the clouds look really sick. I got to bed super early, so I woke up at 3 AM. Oh my goodness, my man. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. The light filters and shadows make all the difference. They really do. I mean, just look at what Minecraft looks like when you disable these things. I mean, even with the resource pack, it still looks really flat. Granted, my frame rate is through the roof like this, but yeah. I'm gonna enable those shaders again. I never sleep at night, I always sleep during the day. I could be mistaken for a vampire. Actually, the better term to use for someone like you is a night owl. Which is perfectly fair. Just make sure that your lifestyle works for that, though. And take good care of yourself. That's the most important thing there. Baked potatoes! Let's go! I kind of want to try a new resource pack, but I'm probably not going to do that right now. I will go back to the default ones. Also, this is really late into the stream, but what I would like to do these kinds of live streams a little bit more often, just doing a general hangout stream. I do a lot of gaming streams lately, but I would also like to do at least one weekly hangout stream. Hangout streams would be around this time as well on Saturday. Gaming streams on Sunday at 2 p.m. CET. So, just wanted to bring that up right now. Just so that we have a little bit more variety in these live streams. Because I do... most of the live streams that I do nowadays are gaming streams. But I would also like to do some hangouts once in a while. Just to kind of chat and chill and not really worry. God. Not really worry too much. So yeah. I think that would be a lot of good times. Also means a lot more Koen's Corner content. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening around here. And one such things, I can actually show you what I've been working on. I'm gonna spoil the ever-living hell out of an upcoming project that I'm currently working on. But let me just show you a little something. It has to do with this beauty right here. SpongeBob's Survival of the Idiots video is currently being worked on. I already finished 2 out of 4 chapters. Which does, of course, include the introduction and the conclusion. Well, sort of conclusion. I don't really have a conclusion for this. But, yeah, we do have the introduction fully edited. And, it's kind of a crazy one. There's a lot of layers to this. A lot of work went into this already. And there's a lot of work still to be done. I think this episode is okay. It's a fine episode. I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's not really one that I'm gonna rip into. I'm not gonna completely rant on this. I do have positive things to say about it. But a lot of the positives that I have for this have a lot less to do with the episode itself than it has to do with what it represents for a lot of people. Because this episode is kind of important to a lot of people for reasons that I will get into here. But just to give you an idea of how utterly wild this video is going to look, I'm going to play a quick little piece of it. So, here we go. It knew how to entertain while simultaneously make its audience think and learn. But rewatching the show, as well as some reviews by Phantom Strider, got me thinking, was it all sunshine and rainbows? Or are we just blinded by nostalgia? I am incorporating some really slick and exciting new editing techniques with this one that I'm all learning inside of DaVinci Resolve. I'm still learning a lot about DaVinci Resolve as we speak. So not everything is going to look clean, but it's hopefully gonna look good enough for government work. So yeah. I'm editing a Spongy review as well as we speak, coincidentally. I'm going to be very curious of your thoughts on it. It's got a lot of big fans, so I'm curious where you stand. I stand kind of in the middle. I don't really like it, but I also don't hate it. Because it does have a lot of things that I do like about it, but it also has things that I really don't like about it. Most of it has to do with, obviously, the trespassing, which is a topic that I definitely am not a huge fan of. Just because I find the idea of trespassing really uncomfortable, and the fact that SpongeBob and Patrick act so casually about it is unsettling. What you think of the hair pulling scene? It's an iffy for sure. It's clearly really painful for Sandy though. So I definitely don't appreciate how utterly painful it looks and sounds. It doesn't make my skin crawl though, is the main thing. Like getting your pole haired out. Getting your hair pulled out like that with a big strap of tape. That shit hurts like a lot. Like if you've ever had a band-aid or something like that, if you ever had a plaster that you had to patch up a wound or something like that, and you had to pull that out, it usually takes a bunch of hair with it. That shit really hurts. So I'm definitely not a big fan of how much pain Sandy is going through in that particular scene, but it at the very least doesn't make my skin crawl, and I don't feel my own arm hurts just looking at it. So that's it. Resolve edits are looking great, so smooth. Moving off Premiere hasn't lowered the quality of your quality look of your edits. That's really, I'm really glad to hear that. That's really flattering, actually. What bugs me is they technically assault her while she's sleeping and trespassing. That is definitely a point that I'm making as well in my video, that Sandy is in probably the most vulnerable state that she could possibly be. And that definitely does get to me a lot. And I'm not a fan of how SpongeBob and Patrick, I don't want to say assault. I think assault is kind of, I guess they kind of do, actually, come to think of it. Yeah, actually they do. I'll take that back. I take that back completely. They technically do. But yeah. The trespassing and how little, and how SpongeBob and Patrick basically just assault her the way that they do, when she is in the most vulnerable state she could be in, really rubs me the wrong way as well, and I definitely will make a point of that in the video. She sure seems in pain, though. Yeah, she definitely is not comfortable getting her hair pulled out. But also, to her credit, she, it's not enough to fully wake her up. Because she does fall asleep immediately afterwards. So... Ah! It's a tough one. Who do you like better as a character, Sonic or Mario? That's like picking between my two favorite children. I think I like Sonic a little bit more. Just because Sonic has just so much more character to him. Like, he actually feels a lot more alive than Mario does. But I think that's mostly because a lot of Sonic's character actually gets developed over the course of the many Sonic games that we've seen. Like, we know who Sonic is. We know that he rarely cares for his friends. We know the world that he lives in. We know all the crazy stuff that he does and that he has done. Every single adventure that he's ever had is very, very different from the next. And especially the Sonic cartoons show so many sides of his character that I really, really enjoy. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie probably had the best portrayal of him, I'm gonna say. I love the way that Sonic was written in those movies, and it's quite literally one of the two things that I liked about the first movie. And I have to emphasize first movie because I haven't seen the other movies. Like, Sonic is just really interesting. And I also just really like his attitude a lot more. Like, Mario has very little to him. He's a plumber, he lives in the Mushroom Kingdom, and he saves the princess. And I guess he likes pasta, and that's all that I can really think of off the top of my head that he has going for him. I don't know much else. It's just kind of wild to think about. Like, over the many years that Mario has existed, how much does he actually have going for him as a character? And what kind of person actually is he? Like, we know that Sonic is very cocky, he loves speed, he loves adventure, he loves danger. What do we know about Mario? I can't really think of all that much, to be honest. Like, other than the obvious fact that he lives in the Mushroom Kingdom and he loves his princess and everything, and crazy how multiple Mario characters have more depth than the titular character. I mean, even Luigi has more going for him. We've seen Luigi go to his mansion. We know that he's very afraid of ghosts, of booze, and, you know, it's wild. Like, Mario's own brother has a lot more going for him than Mario. Mario is whatever the plot wants Mario to be, I guess. Which is just really not that interesting. Even Princess Peach, who is confirmed to have magic powers in the Mario and Luigi games. Toadsworth, who is... I'll take that back completely. I don't remember anything about Toadsworth. I know he exists, and that's about all I know about him. Literally, his evil twin Wario has more personality. Have you seen the WarioWare games? How wild Wario is as a character in there? Oh my goodness. And all of the characters in the WarioWare games, all of those guys have so much going for them. It's really funny to think about this, actually. I really like Wario. Yeah, Wario is so good. He's so fun. Well, Luigi I don't really know all that much about. I know a lot more about Wario. I do know that Wario deserves a lot more love than what he is getting. And I also know that he has become kind of a fan favorite ever since his omission in Super Smash Ultimate. Biggest mistake Nintendo's ever made. I'll tell you that much. In terms of their games, yeah. Wario's probably my favorite. He's badass, and Rosalina. Rosalina is so cool, man. Rosalina is so cool. I was actually genuinely disappointed to see how little development Rosalina received in the movie. Rosalina would have been amazing in the movie. She had to be. Why does she have so little going for her? Why does she do so little in the movies? Why? Mario couldn't give two craps about. The whole reason why we care about Mario at all is because he's the main character of the Mario games. That's it. I really love Birdo, even though she's also pretty one-dimensional. Fun fact about Birdo, actually. I don't know how accurate this is. I don't know how true it is. I've only heard speculations about this. That Birdo is supposedly transgender. Or supposed to be. And I don't know much about it beyond that. So, take that for what you will. She is. Okay, great. Birdo's always come across as a very sweet, kind character to me. I remember she was expanded upon a little bit in Mario TRPG. Mario TRPG? What in the world are you talking about? Mario TRPG. Do you mean Legend of the Seven Stars? I assume she was transgender, but I think it's headcanon, as boring as old Nintendo would never acknowledge something even remotely different in gender norms. Probably real. Probably true. I mean Mario RPG. Yeah. I had a feeling. Because Mario TRPG does not exist. I have yet to play Legend of the Seven Stars. I've never played that. As weird as that sounds. Actually, is that as weird? I don't actually know how weird that is. Come to think of it. I will have to give Legend of the Seven Stars a try sometime. I really enjoyed the Mario and Luigi games, which I know are not comparable at all to Legend of the Seven Stars. I know that it is a completely different game. But Birdo is just so cute to me. I literally have zero clue about Birdo. The only thing that I know about Birdo is that she is in a lot of Mario games, like a lot of them. And I know that she was one of the main bad guys that you fight against in Super Mario Bros. 2, and that is all I know about her. I know nothing else. It's a very old game, I can't blame you. I was playing it when I was 9. Holy shit. Yeah, I was hardly even I was not anywhere near. I was not even close to being born yet when that game came out. I know it came out on the SNES, which was a thing way before I was around. Like, I was born in 1999. It's 2026 now. Oh my freaking god, am I ever getting old. Like... Oh yeah, thanks a lot, Minecraft Music, for making me... Oh my god, okay. The Minecraft Music is really not helping me here. Why? But yeah, just to give you an idea of how Stone Age I am, I still own the DS Lite. It's not the one that I used to own when I was a kid, but I got this as a gift quite some time ago. This is one of my favorite handhelds in the world, and fun fact, for the longest time, this was my favorite handheld in the world. The DS Lite was a truly incredible handheld. And it still is. It's still an amazing handheld. It's such a mess on my desk, I can't even put this thing anywhere anymore. But yeah, the DS Lite used to be my favorite handheld in the world. And then it got dethroned by this monstrosity of a Steam Deck. The best freaking tech device I've ever owned. This thing is... I mean, I've talked about it to death at this point. The Steam Deck is my favorite device of all time. And it probably will be forever, because that thing was my dream device since I was a kid. I wanted something like that literally since I was a kid. And it feels like it was very deliberately built for me specifically. What games do you like on it? I play a lot of retro games on it. So I play Pokemon, I play Burnout Revenge, I play Mario on it. I would love to also get Sonic on there. Even though I'm not the biggest Sonic fan in the world, I would love to get Sonic to work on it as well. Just so I actually get to experience it for my own. I also play a lot of other GBA titles on it. You can play Pokemon on your Steam Deck. Yeah, so basically what you can do with Steam Deck, it runs on Linux. Actually, that's inaccurate. Linux runs on the Steam Deck. So, because it runs Linux, I can run all sorts of emulators on it. I can run all of my favorite emulators using something called RetroArch, which is exactly what I do. And with RetroArch, I can play Pokemon, I can play Sonic, I can play Mario, I can play anything that I want. I even managed to get Pokemon The Legend of Aang for the GBA to work on this thing. Wild. I didn't even know that that was a thing, by the way. I did not know that a Legend of Aang game existed. But it does. And I play it. It's a lot of fun. I like it. I'd rather listen to whatever I want on a separate app. Yeah. I absolutely get that. I love RetroArch. It's cool that Steam doesn't get super security obsessed like Nintendo with the Switch. It's your device, so you can run what you want on it, as it should be. Yeah, and that mantra is much truer than you might expect. Because the cool thing about this is that I can take the operating system from this thing, completely remove it, and replace it with something else entirely. I can install Debian on it, I can install Arch on it, I can install Windows on it, I can install literally anything I want on this. I'm not going to, because the Linux distro that already runs on here works perfectly. And I do not want anything else to run on it. But the point is, I can. And Valve, the guys who built it, just do not give a shit about any of it. It's my device. I can do with it whatever I want. And that's so liberating. It's so liberating to be able to actually own my device for once again. Because that is something that I have not felt since the days that I was using Windows XP. Windows XP. Kind of makes me want to get one too. I would highly recommend one. If you can afford it, it is a little bit expensive. But if you can get one, let me actually just... How much does a brand new Steam Deck cost?
Valve has not yet announced an official price for the new Steam machine. Estimates from analysts and tech insiders generally range from $600 to $1,200, depending on configuration and storage capacity.
I was asking about the Steam Deck, not the Steam machine, you stupid piece of crap! Oh. What device is that? This is the Xiaomi Watch 5. It has Google Gemini pre-installed on it. And, it's kind of stupid. I was asking about Steam Deck, not the Steam machine. Oh, okay. If Gemini can't give me the answer that I'm looking for, then I'm just gonna look it up myself. Yeah, the Steam Deck starts at $780, which is a little expensive for what you get out of it, but it runs on computer hardware and it runs a computer operating system, so if it's worth it to you, go for it. It's an amazing device. You're probably gonna have a lot of fun with it, and yeah. But yeah, that's the Steam Deck, $780. Kind of wild, but yeah, that's how much it costs. Highly recommend you get one. It's fantastic. Man. Yeah, the DS is still really cool though. Like, the DS will always have a very special place in my heart. And I still own a DS, just because DS emulation is really tough to do on the Steam Deck. Well, it's not tough to do, I should not say that. But it is... the touchscreen on the Steam Deck, it works. But if you want to play touchscreen games if you want to play DS games that require a touchscreen, you want to have a stylus, and the Steam Deck doesn't come with a stylus, unfortunately. Kevin R22, welcome to the stream. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? It's more than a feeling. Sorry, I should not do that. I should not do that ever. I will never do that again. I will not ever do that again. I'm glad you're doing good, Kevin. That's awesome to hear. How are you? I am doing alright. Can't complain too much. I ended up looking at the Xiaomi watch on Amazon. That kind of sparks my curiosity. I would say it is definitely worth it if you care about the features that it comes with. Because it comes with a lot of crap that very few people need, to be honest. Like, to give you one example, I can literally make phone calls on this. I never use that feature. I've used it once. Not recommended. The speaker in this thing is not great for phone calls. And apparently, the person on the other end, when I tried to make a phone call on this, did not hear me well at all. So I would not recommend this for making phone calls. What I would recommend this for, though, could you tell me a little bit about My Little Pony?
My Little Pony is a long-running franchise featuring colorful ponies with unique cutie marks that reflect their personalities. The series is most famous for its 2010 iteration, Friendship is Magic, which gained a massive cult following for its deep characters, humor, and positive messages about friendship.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Now, Google Gemini is an AI tool, sadly. So, you're gonna have to... If you don't mind using Gemini as your virtual assistant, or if you can look past that, this is absolutely amazing purchase. It is really stupid, so you're not gonna get the best of answers in the world. Like you just saw, I was asking for a price of a Steam Deck, and I was getting an answer for a Steam machine. But anyway, if you're able to look past that, this is an absolutely amazing little device. And you can do also, besides the fact that this is just a regular watch, there's so much crap that you can do with this. It has an alarm, it has a built-in compass for whatever reason. It has NFC built in, so you can use it as a digital. You can use it as your debit card or your credit card or whatever. It has multimedia controls, so you can control your music with your frickin' watch. Really cool. And it tracks your sleep. It tracks. It has a step meter, of course, and all kinds of crazy shit. It's a wild device, and I love this. I love that this exists. And it's actually also kind of one of my dream gadgets to own, because I used to watch a ton of Knight Rider growing up. And if you're not familiar with Knight Rider, basically it was about a guy who had a talking car, and he could communicate with his car and with other people through his watch. And now I have a watch that I can talk into, and that I can ask questions, and that gives me answers, and it's amazing, and I love it, and I'm kind of nerding out. How did CoStar come to mind? CoStar is a combination of my real name, which is Koen, and the name of my persona, which is PhoenixStar. It's a combination of the two. And the reason why I decided to rebrand, if you're wondering about that, is because PhoenixStar for the longest time has been front and center of the channel. And and the reason why Phoenix has been front and center of the channel is because I never really felt comfortable with me being front and center of the channel. I always just preferred going by my persona rather than myself, because I was just very self-conscious about the stuff that I was doing. I didn't feel very confident in myself and anything that I was doing around here. And it's something that I've always struggled with, by the way. I've always struggled with confidence and with self-esteem and whatnot. And it wasn't until a couple of months ago that I actually started to work on that, to get more confidence in the stuff that I was doing and who I am and where I stand in life and everything. And Co-Star is representative of that. Co-Star is me getting out of my shell and actually being proud of the stuff that I'm doing around here. And it is representative of me, because it has my name incorporated into it now, which is, yeah. I'm definitely very proud of where I currently stand with the content that I'm currently making, the style that I make everything in, the things that I'm doing, the stuff that I talk about, the way that I talk about it, the tone of the videos, the structure of them, all of it. I'm just so proud of what I have been able to do around here and what I'm currently doing, and even what I've done in the past. There are definitely things that I look back on and I cringe to freaking hell about what I was doing, what I was saying, or anything like that. What in the world was I thinking with that one cut that I made? What is that edit? Why is that thing moving across the screen? Anything like that. What is going on? The Discord link doesn't work anymore. If you want a working Discord link, you can have it right here. And I'm also going to be updating the link on all of my other things. The angry inner voice is so relatable. I get that too. Yeah. It definitely sucks. I still struggle with self-esteem to this day. Still something I'm not entirely over yet, but I'm working on it. And I'm slowly but surely getting better and better with each day that goes by. And I like to think that this channel and the new branding it has is representative of that. So, there you go. And no, I'm also not afraid to get a little bit personal in some of the things that I do around here. Sometimes I just like to just talk about general life stuff that is going on, for the sake of venting and things like that. Anyway, on that note, I'd say it's about time that we call it a day, because the stream has been going on for long enough at this point. It has been a lot of fun to do this. It was nice talking to y'all. I gotta finish up and edit. That's perfectly fine. It was nice having you here. I'm gonna end the stream anyway right now, so I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your days, afternoons, evenings, and nights. And I'll catch you creators in the next one. If I can find the end stream button. Here we go. Alright, see y'all later.